Gurubhyo Namaha. Happy Guru Purnima, everybody. Welcome to this session on integral consciousness, full spectrum consciousness through the 7 chakra system. I'm Nilima Bhat. I'm a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher in the lineage of Swami Sivananda of the Divine Life Society of Rishikesh and the International Sivananda Yoga Vedanta Centers. I'm also a teacher student of the integral yoga of SriAurobindo and the Mother. So with all these blessings of these great gurus, I welcome you all, and I ask to be a clear and true channel for what we are going to do today. I'm sitting here in Mumbai, India, and I'm just going to ask each one of you to give me your name and where you're calling in from. So Valentine, would you go ahead?
Yeah, I'm Valentine, and I'm calling in from Ahab in the south of.
And Komal?
Namaste. I'm calling in from Dehradun in India.
Sonia?
Namaste. I'm calling from Slovenia, from Portorož, from the seaside.
Neela?
Nice.
Hello, everybody. I am actually in Brewster, New York.
Claudia?
Namaste, I'm calling from Slovenia, also like Sonia.
Shweta?
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Shweta. I'm calling in from Bangalore.
Welcome. Alok? Unmute.
Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Qatar, and I'm calling in from Ottawa, Canada.
Oh, well, you're already there. How
Yes.
nice.
Just made it this week.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you,
Alok?
Nilima.
Alok Datta?
Hi everyone, Alok Datta. I'm calling from Frisco, Texas.
Okay. Just heard about Texas having a big spike. So you're in
That's
the
true.
news today. So we shall hold all of us for some grace.
Yeah, we need it. Thank you.
Hey, Zinia. Where are you calling in from?
Namaste. Very nice to see all of you here. I'm calling from Switzerland, sorry.
Poonam?
Namaste. I'm calling from Bangalore.
Welcome. Cecile, my beautiful one.
Hello, hi, I'm Cecile, and Valentine is my sister, the one calling from Hull. Hi, Valentine. So I'm calling from Malibu, California.
Your beautiful home. I can recognize it in the back. Thank you and welcome. Wiebke.
Hi, everybody. I'm calling in from Germany, and I'm just out of a 20-minute drum session for our event and for Germany, and I made it, so I'm happy.
Welcome. Aparna.
Hi, Namaskaram, Pranamam to everybody. I am calling in from Hyderabad in India.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
And Ozioma.
Hi, Ozioma here calling in from Lisbon, Portugal.
Welcome. And we have met, haven't we?
Yes, we have. It's been many years since that place.
It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you. When I got the email, I was like, I have to be there and show up for this one especially. Thank you for this.
Wow. Oh, so on that beautiful, beautiful note, maybe we just begin with just 3 ohms to bring us into our body, our breath, and our mind. Okay?
Do you want us on mute? Do you want us on mute, Nilima, or?
Yes, do be on mute because sometimes the ohms will just disturb everybody else. Okay?
I just want to say one thing. This is the most beautiful heterogeneous group I've seen across the world, and each of you is so gorgeous. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Welcome, Aparna. It's been 2 amazing days. I'm going to talk about that after we do our ohms. Okay? So 3 ohms for the physical, the vital, and the mental being to fully harmonize with the cosmic universal self. Okay? Om. Om Shri Mahaganpataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Ma Om Shri Ma. Om Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Satyamayi Parame. Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimahi Yanna Satyena Deepaye. As you land into your essence, your presence, and you bring in your inner smile and your inner stillness to your body, your breath, your mind, your heart. Invite in with deep reverence all your gurus and guides, the great teachers, the spiritual beings in the subtle and energetic dimensions. Invoke their presence here today into each of us, to surround us, to connect us in this cosmic, planetary, human web of love and light and life. Welcome to this Guru Purnima meditation, where we're going to invoke full spectrum consciousness through the 7 chakras. And why have we chosen this approach to our meditation on this Guru Purnima? For the last 2 days, I have been inspired with partners, beautiful partners, Kristen Engvig of the WIN Conference, Kiran Reddy of the Helm of 8, and I represent the Shakti Leadership and the Shakti Fellowship. And we together just had this urgent need to do something this weekend because we felt it is very significant energetically and spiritually for the planet. It was exactly a month ago on the last full moon, which was the 5th of June, which was also an eclipse. And as if on time, the racial riots broke out, just as we thought the COVID is perhaps getting over. And one of our Shakti sisters, Leanne Mallory, she said, you know, it's as if COVID is bringing us to the heart of our unsolved problems. So everything that we had put on hold as a humanity and a species, and we were getting on with our hurry life, everything we had put on hold, this lockdown forced us to now open all those attics and all those basements and start looking at the unhealed, unforgiven, unintegrated aspects of self. And certainly the wounds around slavery and colonization and casteism. As humanity has been brought down by a humble virus, we have come to see our powerlessness, and in that our vulnerability, and it has kind of triggered our wounds of when our vulnerability was our weakness, and it led us to the loss of power. And there is so much of that between all the polarities of culture. You always have the privileged and the underprivileged, right? So everyone carries an oppressor-oppressed story. And it is that story that is rising up now to be healed. This has become very clear that the old world is broken. It wasn't working anymore. And the way we lived was taking us to a planetary destruction. So the COVID, the best way to make meaning of it that can serve us is to say, it's here to evolve us, shift us into a new way of living and being on this planet, which has to be a far more integrated way of living and being with ourselves, with each other, with Mother Nature, and with the divine. We can't get there until we have healed the schism and the wounds and all that which lies unforgiven and unintegrated in our past. We can't take a broken body and mind and spirit into the future, because we will then create the same old story all over again. So with this in mind, we created the Truth and Reconciliation Weekend, saying there are so many of us all around the world, yoga teachers, dancers, artists, facilitators, coaches, spiritual teachers. There are so many of us around the world who have been doing very sincere work, shamans, many of you on this call right now, who have been doing the very sincere work of healing themselves from the inside out and then being a source of healing in their communities. So the idea was, what if all of us would offer something on this weekend? Because this weekend marks American independence. Clearly, the idea of independence needs to be completely redefined, given what has come up in the American psyche. I love the idea that they're calling it now the Day of American Interdependence. What a fantastic shift. And that was 4th of July, and 5th of July is Guru Purnima with an eclipse. So the full moon, it's normally in yoga in India, it is the brightest moon of the year because it happens right after the June solstice, which is the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. So the sun is brightest. So when the sun shines on the moon is brightest as well. And therefore, Guru Purnima is dedicated to the Guru. Gu means darkness, and Ru means the dispeller of that. So any principle in us or outside of us that helps us dispel darkness becomes our teacher of light. And so this full moon, which is so bright in the dark, in the night, is considered an embodiment of the Guru principle, right? That which brings light to darkness inside of us. And then there is an eclipse. And on the solstice, we had a full solar eclipse as well. And the 5th of June before that was a lunar eclipse. So what a powerful cosmic alignment time we are. And eclipses are like portals for all of us to be able to shift our energetic being through from one dimension into the other, because ultimately we are energetic beings, we vibrate and the universe vibrates. And when there is a new set of vibrations available to us that help us upgrade into a next level of vibration, then we should avail of it. And that was the whole intention of setting up this weekend. And I can only say it's been wind beneath our wings, the kind of synchronicity with which things have come together. We have 66 speakers and 47 events this weekend, and it has happened in less than a month. How do you explain that? And there are all of you on this call from all over the world, right? I mean, how do you explain this? It's just clearly there are other forces at work that want this to happen, that have nudged each one of us to show up today, to show up on this weekend, right? The teachers, the facilitators, the participants. There are some of you here I know who've been like, you know, on for want of a better word, you know, spiritual junkie time today, right? It's like, how many sessions can I attend? I know some of you have attended almost every one if you could. So this just makes me so happy. I would only say, make sure you detox over the next 2-3 days, okay? Because when you take in so much good energy, the body needs to digest it, just like food that's eaten. All right, so make sure you're going to give yourself a really nice massage and rest and lots of water, and let all this good energy be digested that's coming in. What else did I want to say about today? So we have a secret Facebook group only because, you know, it's for a group of women, yogini, women who are very serious yoga practitioners. It's called the 64 Yogini Group. And something made us want to do these new moon and full moon meditations from the 13th of September 2015. I request you to unmute, to mute those of you who are
Yeah,
not.
and everybody mute because there's a lot of noise that makes it very hard for me to hear. I don't know if other people have, but a few people need to mute themselves
Okay,
too.
well, I'm going to try, if I can see them, I'll just mute them, which I just did. Okay, where was I?
The
About
64 Yogini group.
You were talking about meditation of yogini.
Joseph Yogini.
Thank you, thank you. So we have been meditating since the 13th of September 2015, and first we did a set of new moons, and then we've been doing full moons. So this is our 40th today. Is the 40th full moon meditation of the 64 yoginis. And our intention is clean and simple. Through our lower 3 chakras, and particularly our womb chakras, we are here to hold up and hold steady this second chakra of humanity. Because we started this when there were all these rapes happening in India. And we could see that this whole libido in the human species was out of whack, and it needed to be harmonized, and that is related to our second chakra, the sacral chakra, the one that is in the womb of women. And this year onwards, we're always looking to invoke different archetypes from across cultures. We go deeper into the Indic yogic culture. We try to be as integral as we can to really hold all the archetypal forces of the planet and not focus on only just one tradition. And so we said, what do we do this year onwards? So from the 1st of January, we always tune in and receive the inspiration on what this is to be. And what we received was, this year we will invoke the sacred power of numbers, because numerology is central to creation. Geometry is central to creation, right? For idea to come into form, it goes through numbers and through geometry. So on January, we invoke the power of the archetype of the number 1, February 2, March 3, etc. So today in July, we invoke the archetypal power of the number 7 in creation and in each of us. So what are the archetypes of 7? And certainly for yoga and being Guru Purnima. So one of the great gifts that comes from the Indic yogic tradition, and it's a word that has entered the global lexicon across all languages, is the word chakra. It gets pronounced in many different ways, but the Sanskrit way of saying it is chakra. And the idea of a chakra is a wheel, and the ancient yogis had understood that, of course, we have many bodies. We have the physical body, the Anna Kosh, we have the vital body through which our life force flows, which is the prana kosh. We have the mental body, the mana kosh. We have the psychic body, vijnana kosh, or some call it the supramental. Then we have the causal body, the Ananda Kosh, the bliss body. And each of these bodies is made of flows of energy, which go like a spectrum of consciousness. So the physical body has very gross energy that works there. The next level has more subtle and more subtle and more subtle. So all these levels of our being are held in place by these vortices of energy that in a way are part of our integral energy body. So therefore they are called the 7 levels of consciousness are accessed through these 7 chakras. Now you're all participating here. I'm assuming I'm not going to give you a yoga 101 and you all know what chakras are, but just a quick way of arriving into today's meditation. And why did we choose the 7 chakra meditation for today on a theme of truth and reconciliation? So as I was meditating on what can we do through the 64 Yogini Moon Circle today that integrates with the Truth and Reconciliation Weekend? There is a beautiful quote from the mother, SriAurobindo. She says, if you want unity in the world, which is what we're wanting with Truth and Reconciliation, she says, first unify all the parts of your own being, right? Because the Brahmand and the Pindand are the same, meaning the microcosm and the macrocosm are the same. If we can put together all the parts of ourself, lo and behold, all the parts of the universe can get reconciled and integrated as well and harmonize into their rightful place as well. So a very beautiful way to reconcile all the parts of ourselves is to really harmonize all our 7 chakras. If we can learn to open and harmonize every chakra from the top to down and bottom to up, and we can learn to stand in the presence that integrates all of them like a straight anchoring axis, then from there, we're also going to be able to open to all the beings that are here to help our growth, help our ascension, help our upgrade. So we can only achieve reconciliation in the world if we first integrate all the levels of our own being. And once we integrate all the levels of our own being, we will have an opening to the next level of consciousness possible for us. So that's where we are going with today's meditation. I'm happy to take 1 or 2 quick questions or call outs before we go into that. If there's something someone wants to share. Neela, I feel like hearing your voice.
First of all, I want to thank all of you and thank Nilima for this amazing thing. I still remember when you began to plan your trajectory. It's been absolutely amazing. And what you have done this weekend, I just had my session and so many of my colleagues from my department joined in my presentation where I talked about basically the racist and sexist ideologies. Because I invoke Vajrayana Buddhism and the ability to dissolve identities so that we can reach the mother principle. So I am absolutely wonderstruck by what you have achieved in your network. And exactly as you planned this one, localized groups, small groups that can, because all the big plans with big, massive, we call grand narratives have not worked at all. So I think this kind of inner work, connecting with the collective, and this moment, you're absolutely right. This COVID itself is us. The COVID is asking us to go inside and seek that reality so that we can transform. So thank you. I'm very grateful to be part of this wonderful group.
Thank you, Neela. And every time I see you, I'm reminded of our very closely aligned yogic and Tibetan Buddhism connections. So I'm going to share with you my screen, which to me is where I think, this is what initiated my life's path. And all of us will have an initiation story, right? Like one fine day we were leading an ordinary life, and then suddenly something happened, and it's like life initiated us, and we had to take on the spiritual journey, right? We all have our story. This was mine. It was a Tibetan tanka asked by a friend of mine. She asked me to buy it, saying it's a good piece of art. Little did I know what it was. My life turned upside down, and only when I became spiritually active and took up sadhana did I harmonize with this. Now, what is this? This is a tanka, which to me represents the being we are all being asked to become. If we have to achieve truth and reconciliation, this is what the mandala of our life, our inner life, will probably look like. So if you see, it's a mandala of great harmonization. There is heaven above, there is earth below. There is the circle, which represents spirit, and there is the square, which represents matter. So matter and spirit have been perfectly integrated, with spirit beginning from deep within and then finding itself all the way out and beyond earth, matter itself. So all of the physical is contained in the spiritual. And if you see even here, there are 7 beings in the straight line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with this being the central self. This would be the Anahata Chakra, the heart chakra. So there are these 7 levels of being also right here. So I just love this tanka because every morning I wake up and I look at it and it reminds me this is who I'm supposed to become when I achieve truth and reconciliation within myself. All these are aspects of self, and they have each found their unique spot in the mandala of my being. And the whole thing is a picture of harmony. Heaven and earth are harmonized. Spirit and matter is integrated. All levels of being and every self within has its place. And there are the openings to the 4 directions. So there is Kama, Mara, Maya, which are the 3 poisons that have been overcome in order to rise into this level of consciousness. So I can talk about this tanka for the rest of this session. So I'm going to stop here, but it's a beautiful invitation for a visual of truth and reconciliation to be a reminder every day. So if you have something like this in your life, I highly recommend you keep it close to you and to look at every day, so that when you forget and you lose your center and you lose your balance, you can simply come back and breathe with a yantra or a mandala like this and find yourself reconciled within. All the parts of self are integrated.
So Nilima ji,
yes.
Can I say something? Yeah, Aparna here.
Yes,
so
Aparna.
This is what you've shown me is exactly Sri Chakra. When we do the Sri Chakra Puja, Shakti Puja,
yes.
This is, and especially when we do something called the Khadgamala, when we invoke the 64 goddesses, right?
Yes.
Of the Sri Yantra.
Yes.
This is exactly what I chant every day.
Yes.
In this. It'd be wonderful if you could share this image also, please, because what I have of the yantra is absolutely a bit different.
Yeah, I will email. If you
yes.
drop me your email ID in the chat box, I will send it to you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
You're
Thanks.
so right. The Sri Chakra, the Sri Yantra, you can just Google that. That's another fantastic visual that activates all the planes and parts of your consciousness.
Yes, yes, yes. And I had sent you a private message. If you could just have a look at it. You needn't respond, but you can look at it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So on that note, let's go right in. I'm going to use the most simple non-denominational mantras, which are just sounds, Sanskrit sounds, syllables. We're not even going to invoke any particular religion or deity, but if you would like that, go ahead for yourself, okay? And even if I, in my channel state, end up invoking one of them, I just want to make sure I'm not offending any of you. Our work is very clear, it's integral, it is faith friendly and faith neutral. So we invoke all the divine archetypes of all traditions who are here to support in our evolution. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead. I invite you to straighten your spine. I'm not going to do any time with any kind of body work, assuming you've done a little bit of that, but maybe just rub your hands, shake them out, towel down your knees, your back, gently cup your hands and slap yourself a little awake. Wonderful, wonderful. Straighten yourselves. We will open to the 3 doorways to the divine that we have in this body. Through the heart, we will open to the soul within. through the throat, the forehead, we will open to the cosmic divine. And then through the crown, we will open to the transcendent divine. And the mantras for the heart opening are Om Ma. For the cosmic opening are Om Shri Ma. Om Ma is the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which together represent the soul. Om Shri Ma, Shri is the body of the universe. So Om Shri Ma is the soul of the universe. And then the topmost is the Satchidananda herself, the goddess, the creator, the holder of that existence, knowledge, and bliss absolute. That consciousness is Om Anandamayi, the mother of Ananda, Chaitanyamayi, the mother of consciousness, Satyamayi, the mother of truth, Parame, the supreme consciousness. Okay? If you can chant, go ahead and chant with me. If not, just receive it with your own guru, the inner higher self. Okay? So bring your fingers, tips to your heart, tap open the heart. Breathing, welcoming yourself home. Once you tap open the heart, gently cover it with your palm and we will chant Om Ma. Om Ma. Om Ma. Om Ma. Take a deep breath, moisten open your heart, let it relax open. And like a divine innocent child, fully deserving, step right in to the Hridaya Guham, the sacred heart. And there's a pillar of light that's going through your spine, connecting heaven and earth through your spine. And in this wonderful pillar of light, deep inside your sacred heart, visualize the presence that has come in response to your call. Who has come today as you invoked your soul? On this Guru Purnima day, invite the presence of your own Guru, your own higher self, your own supreme teacher, your own inner knower, guide and protector. Feel this most loving, compassionate presence here in your heart and allow yourself to bow down to that and to receive its blessings. Be embraced in the love of the Guru as you enter into this pillar of fire light. Bring your hands together in a prayer position at the heart. As the fingertips turn upwards like a beautiful steady flame, we are going to chant Om Shri Ma through the throat, the forehead and the crown and widen the mind into cosmic consciousness. Om Shri Ma. Om Shri Ma. Om Shri Ma. Feel your throat moisten open, your third eye expand open, and your crown blossom open. Allow your mind to simply dissolve in the light of consciousness itself, this wonderful blue light of the cosmos. Become infinite. With your heart open to your soul and your mind dissolved in spirit, you're ready to open to the transcendent self. Follow the chant. Om Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Satyamayi Parame. Open your hands as if you're ready to receive the descent of grace. And visualize yourself standing under a shower of grace, where the transcendent source is showering upon you through the wonderful full moon light of Guru Purnima. The new levels of consciousness and grace that are meant to be received, let them flow down upon you. And whatever you receive in your cupped palms, you cross them over with your hands now, offering it as fuel to the fire in the heart, and just continue breathing, inhaling to Om Ma and exhaling to Om Shri Ma, bringing the left hand down to your belly button and connecting heaven and earth as you inhale in and up Om Ma and exhale down and out Om Shri Ma. The upper hand is connecting to heaven above, the upper chakras, and the lower hand is anchored in the lower chakras and connecting to earth below. And together they bring heaven and earth into union. Inhale in and up Om Ma. Exhale down and out Om Shri Ma. This is called mantra breathing. Cleansing the flute of your spine so that this grace, this power of the cosmic self, the soul self, and the transcendent self can simply flow through you like a river of light and send tributaries in all directions, irrigating all the planes and parts of your being. We want to now be capable of receiving the grace and embedding it in our very selves. And for that, we need to really clean out this old body, which is crippled by a crippled mind. So I'm going to share mantras that I have learned from my husband's guru, Swami Sivananda Shankarashram. We're going to work with the lower three chakras from the heart down. So we have a crippled mind that we need to be able to burn and release and let go today so that the new mind and new body can arise in its place. So you can just follow me. The bija mantras of the heart chakra are Yam, solar plexus Ram, sacral is Vam, and tailbone Muladhar is Lam. Om Yang Sankocha Shariram Shoshaya Shoshaya Swaha. I invoke the Bij mantra of Yam, of the air element, to completely dry out the soggy, crippled mind. Moving into the solar plexus. Om Ram Sankocha Shariram Daha Daha Pacha Pacha Swaha. I invoke Rang, the fire element, to burn down this desiccated, dried up, crippled mind. Moving into the creative center, the Swadhisthana chakra. Om Vam Paramashivamritam Varshaya Varshaya Swaha. I invite the nectar of grace from divine consciousness, the Shiva Tattva, to now fall upon my nascent new mind, to activate consciousness in it. Moving into the Mooladhara Chakra, the root, the earth element, so that a new body can rise with this new mind of consciousness. Om Lang Shambhava Shariram Utpadayo Utpadaya. May a beautiful bliss body, bliss mind, wake up and take up this vessel. Feel a beautiful, sweet, subtle bliss of body and mind and breath and soul and spirit begin to take you over. And your vessel is now capable of receiving grace of the new consciousness, the ascension energies that are available for us through the Guru Purnima shining on us today. We invoke the presence of all our gurus in each and every chakra, so that every plane and part of our being is harmonized and upgraded. We want to move from falsehood to truth, from darkness to light, and from death, a body that is prone to disease and decay, to immortality, a self-regenerating, youthful, material self. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Open the hands out, fully relaxed and open, harmonized. We're going to chant Bij mantras. These are like vibrational sound keys that will open us to our deeper levels of chakras, starting with the root chakra. Lang. Swadhisthana sacral chakra. Vang. Solar plexus. Rang. Anahata heart. Yang. Vishuddha throat. Hang. Third eye agya. Shang. Crown. Sahasrara. Shri. Feeling that flute of light going through your spine, becoming a toroidal ring, a torus body, creating a beautiful electromagnetic field in and around you, swirling through your chakras, ready to activate the divine masculine and feminine Shiva Shakti consciousness into every chakra. Bringing your hands together with the palms facing downwards near the lower chakra, which is the tailbone, and chant with me. Om Lang Ma.
No ocultar porque siento que estoy viendo. Con todo respeto al curador, yo no oculté nada.
Focusing on the Muladhara chakra, bringing the palms a little further up, still remaining in a prayer position, but the fingertips facing down. Pulling the energy from earth and the root chakra up into your sacral chakra. Om Vang Ma. Breathing and pulling that beautiful supramental energy from the core of Mother Earth through the root, through the Swadhisthana, up into the solar plexus. Om Ram Ma. Breathing further up, turning the fingertips forward, facing the screen in front of you. Sending this energy into all of life around you and receiving it from all of life around you. Om Yang Ma. And now slowly turning the fingertips up in a regular namaste position at the heart. Feeling the prayer of Mother Earth rising through your chakras towards heaven, chanting through the throat. Om Hang Ma. Thumbs touching the throat chakra, feeling the vibration, the grace penetrate, open their place. Moving the namaste towards the third eye. Om Kshang Ma. Bringing the hand up above the crown. Om Shri Ma. Feel yourself receiving the grace from above and through the tube of light of all your open chakras. Grace can further descend on this Guru Purnima, invoking all your gurus and guides to flow through this open channel and establish themselves in each and every chakra as appropriate. Bringing this grace back down. Om Shri Ma. Forehead. Om Kshang Ma. Throat. Om Hang Ma. Heart. Om Yang Ma. Fingertips turning down, solar. Om Rang Ma. Further down, sacral. Om Vang Ma. Rooting into Muladhara. Om Lang Ma. Feet on the floor, fingertips on the thighs. Om Shri Ma. Staying open, staying as the child, the bodhisattva that connects heaven and earth right here in this embodied realms of consciousness. Let the vibrations move through your whole being. Let all the gurus and guides here to serve you open in deep surrender to them. Say to them, thy will be done, in thy will is my peace. And just breathe and receive. Spend another minute in blissful communion with your personal guru, your highest self. Merge with that. Bringing your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your belly button. Continue inhaling in and up to Om Ma and exhaling down and out to Om Shri Ma. Stitching together all your chakras, harmonizing them, aligning them, breathing them free and open. They're pulsating gently, vibrating powerfully, at one with the cosmic harmony. And now open your hands out in a gesture of opening to the world, in a gesture of welcoming and holding the world. Continue the mantra breath of Om Ma, Om Shri Ma, and ask that all your chakras be used in service of truth and reconciliation. Of the worlds within and the worlds outside of you. And when we feel connected with our hearts and our souls and our spirits and our divinized life force and this one body of planet Earth, when we feel that oneness, bring your hands together in a thanksgiving. And affirm, we are one, and there is no other. I am just another you, and you are just another me. May this be the grace and the gift of this Guru Purnima, a shift of our consciousness, an upgrade of our chakra system into its true expression of oneness. Ask that this be so. Know that this will be so with every sincere prayer. So be it. And so it is. We will close with Om Shanti 3 times, seeking for peace in the physical, the vital, and the mental self. May the inner Guru, the master that we are, lead our lives from this day on. May we go forth into this world through this portal of time this weekend, claiming the inheritance of our masterhood, and may we bring it in service of the world. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. With all the goodwill and grace that we have invoked that's flowing through us and in this space today, let's open our hearts and our hands and send blessings to our loved ones, our communities, our countries, this planet and all beings evolving here. Bless them, sending loving kindness. May we be well. May we be happy. And may we be free from all suffering. And close by embracing yourself, this temple of the presence that you are. Give thanks to yourself for showing up today and for doing the hard work of truth and reconciliation. Thank you so much. With deep gratitude to all the gurus and guides and the divine beings and presences that were here to help us in our journey today, in our intention today. Please leave your email ID if I don't have it in the chat box, and I'll be very happy to keep you on our Truth and Reconciliation mailing list if you wish to be kept informed of what else happens with this movement. This weekend was a beginning of a beginning. We don't intend to stop until we achieve truth and reconciliation and human unity. If you wish to offer something to the circle, one word, go ahead and do that. You can unmute and share. Just one word.
Grateful.
Maybe I'll go through. Valentine.
Peace.
Did you say something?
I said peace.
Peace. Neela?
Tara.
Ozuma?
Love.
Sumitra? Unmute.
I'm just feeling very peaceful. Thank you so much, Nilima.
Aparna?
Om.
Komal?
Ekagrata.
Zenia?
Respect.
Sonia?
Gratitude.
Weepker?
Peace.
Claudia?
Love and peace.
Poonam?
Blissful.
Gratitude.
We have two Poonams, isn't it? Alok?
Immense gratitude. Thank you.
Vinish? You need to unmute Vinish. Not sure he's there. Mona?
Gratitude.
Radhika?
Gratitude and love.
Madhu?
Connected.
Anita?
Silence.
Sorry?
Silence.
Silence. Monica? You're muted, Monica. I'm not sure Monica and Vinish are there, but we send them love and blessings, and we receive their love and blessings. And with that, go forth into the rest of your weekend. It's almost the end of my weekend, but this was the beginning of the beginning. So please, let's stay in touch and let's build and tend the fire that we started here together. Thank you so much for bringing your soul to this space. Shanti. Bye-bye now. Poonam, just stay on. If anyone wants to stay on, I just feel like closing with Om Purnamada Purnamidam, which is bringing everything back to its wholeness. So
Completeness and wholeness.
yeah. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Saviturvaram Rupam Jyoti Parasya Dhimahi Yanna Satyena Deepayate. Thank you.